Chaps and chums, this is your old pal, Herbert J, Pennywinkle III. If you have not met me yet, then I guess we're not old pals, are we? Ha ha ha! Here's to new friends and old. Cheers. Now, today what I'm going to be working with you on is your math boxes 9-2. So, let's get right into it, shall we? Today for math boxes 9-2, you're going to need your math journal. That's going to be on page 280. And here we go. Box number 1 says fill in the blanks. We are looking at 12. We're going to be working on different factors that can make 12. So 12 equals something times something. Multiplication. Factors. Get it? Got it? Good. Here we go. I'm going to start with a very simple one. It's called the identity property of multiplication. And so I shall do 12. Wait, where'd my pen go? Here we go. I should do 12 times 1. Anything times 1 equals itself. Let me think of another factor pair. How about if I can use doubling? So 6 times 2 would equal 12. And then one more. One of my favorite multiplication facts. 3 times 4 equals 12. And that's the fact, Jack. Okay. Hey, let's move on to another one here. Partition this number line into fourths. Label 1/4, 2/4, 3/4, and 4/4. Don't mind if I do. So that's about halfway. And that's about halfway between 0 and the halfway point, and that's about halfway between the halfway point and 1. Now we shall label those. These are now in 1, 2, 3, 4 jumps to get from 0 to 1, so this first jump would be 1/4. The next one, which would be halfway, would be 2/4. That 2 looks pretty terrible. There we go. And now this one would be 3/4, and then all that's left to label is 4/4. If I had like a circle and all 4 pieces were colored in, 4/4, or the whole thing would be colored. Now it says partition this number line into fourths. We did that. Label it 1/4, 2/4, 3/4, and 4/4. And up here it says that 1 is equal to what? Yes, 4/4. Let's quickly show an example with a circle or a badly drawn oval. Terrific. And if this one, and this one, and this one, and this one, if they were all colored in, then 4/4, the whole thing, one whole, would be colored in. Jolly good. Another toast, friends. Vitamin water. Or as we say in my country, vitamin water. Okay. And what country would that be? Somewhere else. Number 3. Which shape shows a picture of a rectangular prism? Now, rectangular prism means that that one of the faces or bases would be a rectangle, and all prisms have parts that look like rectangles. Like here, I see a rectangle, but it's all about what piece is the base. And here, this one, A would be a triangular prism because it's got a base that's a triangle. And then some different faces that look like rectangles. This one would be a pentagonal prism because it's got a pentagon. This one would be a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 hexagonal prism. And so this one would be a 1, 2, 3, 4 four-sided shape. And so that would be a rectangular prism. Ha-ha! Was that music, man? No, it was not. It was just me, Herbert J. Pennywinkle III. Number 4. Shade one rectangle to show 2/3 and shade the other rectangle to show 4/6. Don't mind if I do. I'm going to switch here to a straight line tool because I like to party. Here we go. That's basically split into thirds. They're a little bit different size, but no big deal. And this one, to make 6ths, I believe I'll first split it into thirds and then draw a line here down the, no, do not save image as. Draw a line down here through the middle to split each of those into half. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 equally sized pieces. Not perfect, but that's okay. Good enough for today. And then 1, 2, 3 here. So now I must shade them. And I'm going to shade them by switching here to this other tool. And 2/3. Ba, 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 ba. There we go. And 2/3. It looks like Michael Jordan's signature. I should know because I have it on a pair of sneakers that I bought on the streets of London. And then this one here is now shaded into 4 of the 6 pieces are shaded. So 2/3 are shaded over here, 4/6 are shaded, and I'll be darned, it looks as if they are the same size and shape. So I would say 2/3 is equal to 4/6. And if I said that, I would be correct. Draw the hands to show to show 10:26 p.m. And then it asks how many minutes until 11:06 p.m. So first let's draw 10:26. I don't know about you, but I always like to draw my hour hand first. 10:26 would be somewhere between 10 and 11, because it's not exactly 10 o'clock, and it would be roughly halfway. So I'm going to look here, draw a short hand that's between 10 and 11. And 26 minutes, I know that these numbers are in 5-minute increments, so I'll count by fives: 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, and then 26 would be right here. Sometimes I like to actually draw these, pardon me, by starting at the position where it is over here and then draw to the middle. So that shows 10, 25, 26. How many minutes until 11:06? Well, at 11:06, my hour hand would be about here. My minute hand, though, would be about here. So I'm going to see if I can skip count by 5-minute increments again. So here would be 5 minutes, and then 10 minutes, and then 15, and then 20, 25, 30, 35, and then 40. So I think it would be 40 minutes. 40 minutes. And that actually makes a lot of sense because, by golly, oh dear me. That 4 looks like it's carrying a lance, like it's about to go jousting or something. As I was saying, though, it makes sense because 26 plus 40 minutes would get us to 66 minutes, which would carry us to the next hour, which would be the 11 o'clock hour. So 11:06. Here it says solve. Haha! You may use basic math facts to help. I think I shall. 6 times 80 looks a lot like 6 times 8. And 6 times 8 I know is 48. And so 6 times 80 would be 10 times larger. And that would get us to 480. I think I might switch to typing for these. 7 times 70 looks a lot like 7 times 7, and I know that 7 times 7 equals 49, so 7 times 70 would be 10 times larger, 490. This is a division problem. 320 divided by 4. 320 divided by 4 looks a lot like 32 divided by 4. And I know that in the fact family, 4 times 8 equals 32. So 320 divided by 4 would give us something that looks like 8, but that would be 80. We have to take into account somewhere that one of our factors would be 10 times larger than normal to get us up to 320. And last but not least, 450 divided by 9. I think about fact families. I know that 9 times something would be 45. 9 times 5 is 45. So 9 times 50 would be 450. And so 450 divided by 9 equals 50. And I don't love where that positioned itself, but I'll just go ahead and write it here with the marker 50. 450 divided by 9 equals 50. Okay, I sure hope that was helpful for you. And again, my name is Herbert J. Pennywinkle III, and I will see you across the pond.